Right, this is one of the bedrooms. As you can see, there's no carpet on the floor, and the reason for that is because the carpet was dirty. I can't help a 2-year-old shouting. That's my son's wardrobe, which I still need to take into his room yet. Yeah, take his hand. Yeah, Elsa. This is the second bedroom. So obviously the bed. You're probably wondering why the walls are like they are, and you probably wonder why it's so dark. Well, if I turn on the light, everybody outside will obviously see it. But if the light was on, trust me, you would. It doesn't look actually as messy as what you could possibly see on here, but you can see it's a fair good sized bedroom, and it's a little bit too big for me to be looking after. Close this. The reason why nobody, by the way, is in here is because of that window. As you can hear, it's gaping open. You coming out or what? That's that bedroom. That's the second bedroom. This is the hallway, and yes, I do tidy up, but again, because I'm on my own with the 3 kids, it's not exactly easy. I'll show you our bedroom. Again, I tidied up yesterday, and it's not, well, considering there's 3 girls in this room, it's not actually too bad, I guess. I will turn on the light again, but again, it's that's her bed. Every time she moves, it creaks. We do need new mattresses, but again, it costs money for that. Set of drawers, obviously where our holiday stuff is. Obviously, as you can tell, we haven't actually got a proper wardrobe at the moment because everything's hanging up on the wall there by nails. My daughter's bed. She put a little bit of toothpaste, and she got fussy, so I've had to turn it the other way around. Yes, we've got carpet. That's all our wardrobes there for all 3 of us. Her set of drawers for herself. Charger on the floor. And obviously the bed where I sleep. And the windowsill. Yes, it looks like it's very, very bright. Believe it or not, it actually isn't as bright as it looks. I coloured this wall and that like a deep red. The rest of the walls need doing. This was her room on her own, but she didn't want to be on her own, so I tried putting like a border up just by cheating by putting it up. So as you can see, again, it is a decent size room again. But you can see though that what type of houses we have. And I very much doubt you have any of these type of houses outside the UK. There's no way you can have houses now. Yes, this one now you can see it's a little bit messy. Unfortunately, kids throw things all over the floor. Unfortunately, can't always help what kids do. You try telling them to picking up the stuff, and they never ever listen to you. And they get to that age. So yes, I do constantly clean the bath, sink, and everything else. The reason why, again, there is no carpet on the floor, again, because kids, when they're in the bath, they're splashing all the water, and it has really, in a way, it has ruined this part of the floor. Yes, I like my Walking Dead. That's the reason why I've got my rug like that. It actually started off in this corner. You can't really see because it's too dark, but it started off here, and it went really, really rotten, and then again all the way along here. Unfortunately, that is just the way the floor looks there. The only way to get rid of that, unfortunately, again, is by covering it. Like I said, this is the UK. This is the houses unfortunately, you know, you try and tidy up, you try and look after things. That's the reason why I'm going to go and look at this house today. 2-bedroom house, because obviously in certain parts of the UK now, you actually have to pay for extra for the room that you're not using. Massive window. With this window, actually, it actually is that big of a window. Obviously, it can come out like obviously this way. So when the wind blows or you got a thunderstorm, and then obviously it can't blow out. Again, this is the way the window looks. That is outside. That's Elsa. That is what our gardens look like, and that's what it looks like on the back of these houses, and that's it. And it looks a mess. It looks tacky. It looks awful, but we are talking about this town. This is called a town and not a city, because obviously it's too small to be a city. We've got no massive big buildings. We haven't got anything massive. Again, this is the other window. Again, it's only small, and that is the back of some of the houses. So obviously, yeah, I haven't really got much of a view, but the view is better, and that the view is better that way than it is that way. So like again, a few bits there, but can't all be perfect. Carpet is really seriously tacky. This I tidy up daily, but sometimes I feel like I'm fighting a non-battle. And yes, the main room. There is the buggy that I was trying to tell you about. Yes, I know. This is what you call having a nearly 3-year-old in the house. A favourite teddy of all time. She's been trying to play with it. This is the buggy that I said I was on about yesterday. It can fit 2 kids in there, or just the one down there. Helmets. My daughter used to ride a bike, but she's there. That was rather an expensive bike, actually. So that's why I'll never leave it outside. My bike, it's had loads doing to it. And again, that is where she goes. She goes onto here. She might look massive. She's getting too big as well. Fortunately, it's the way things go. My pot dolls, which I like. Kids don't like them, said they're freaky. My daughter's certificate. Again, table is there, but it's a bit messy. Obviously, you can see it's quite a biggish room. My Walking Dead is up there. Decent printer, which I got that printer from Curry's. I think it costs like £50 for it, but again, kids never tidy up after themselves. That's a computer, and obviously that's my son. Again, Walking Dead. This here is actually what I'm trying to get into focus. Actually, it's not doing it right now. This here is what brings on the heating, and right now it's actually saying, if you can actually see it there, it's actually saying the heating's on, but yet the heating isn't on upstairs. I would show you the kitchen, but it's quite a bit of a mess. 1 minute, Elsa. Again, another haul where I've taken off the carpet because it was really disgusting, and I tried doing it myself by scraping off this. Not easy. Hurt your hands, hurt your fingers, and it seriously hurts your wrist. This is supposed to be, again, this is supposed to be the best room of all. This is unfortunately not brand new settees, they're second hand settees, which I do look after them. I clean them as much as I possibly can. Obviously they get hoovered, and I bought also this. It's Walking Dead. It's actually a blanket. It was actually a blanket that I bought off eBay. It cost me £50 for it. As you can see, I do have 4 of them, but one of them I have upstairs in my bed so that I can put it behind my back when I'm on YouTube or on here. Again, yes, it's just my dog's still on nappies at the moment. Again, which I showed you yesterday, is that for doing my sit-ups. Obviously my TV. Inside of here, which I'll give you a quick demo, is all of my DVDs, front and back. I've watched that recently. I enjoy watching that. Can't see very much there. Again, that's Rick Grimes, that's The Walking Dead. Had to put him up there because little one kept messing about. Again, I bought these recently. There's 3 of them up there. It's just to give more so that people can't see in, because people in this town are actually nosy. And then I'll also show you is that this here, this stuff here is actually, that's what I also bought. I bought it off Wish and off eBay. Again, my daughter brought down her quilt because it is getting really cold, and I mean seriously cold. Up down the wall you can't really see. Again, I will turn on the light, but unfortunately people could see. It is starting to get really quite dark in the mornings now, so it's going to be changes. So yeah, it's you could say that I'll have to try and see if you can actually see me this way. Yeah, it's getting to the stage now when you're waking up in the morning, it's getting quite dark, so times will start changing for us. I'm never ever 100% too sure whether the times go forward or back, but it doesn't really matter because we're still, in a way, we don't really go to bed at the same time. I mean, I try and get my daughter to bed at like 7. I go to bed, or try to go to bed at least between 7 and half 7, and that I'm talking about in UK, England time. Well, to be honest with this town, it's not, because it's not a city and it's not fancy. We haven't got any massive big fields. We haven't, you know, because if you do get massive big fields in this country, you have to be a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. And normally the rent, there's a house got down here, down at the bottom, and I put it this way, it is a massive house. It is a 5-bedroom house. 5-bedroom house, yeah. It's you can tell where the actual where it actually stops, where the wall actually stops. And unfortunately for the rent over here, and I don't know if you understand what I mean by the rent for the UK rent, but it's if I remember correctly, it was like 1,500 a month, something like that. That's a hell of a lot of money. Imagine how much that is each week. Also, yes, like I said, The Walking Dead is coming on shortly, and I'm a massive fan. I love Rick Grimes. I absolutely love him. I've loved him since the very first start of The Walking Dead. People have actually said to me, you know, what would they would do in an apocalypse? I'll have to let me see if this. Yeah, it's still recording. Well, me. To be honest, I'm not even 100% too sure, because being in this town, it won't be very good. And people say to you, where would you go? Where would you hide? Well, you got to think about food. You got to think about water. Because obviously, if the dead are this, because in a lot of films they either slather all over you, which you get infected. If the blood goes into you or touches your skin, it's supposed to go. You're supposed to turn like they bite you, or anything like that, or scratch you. There's different ways and that. And my stepdad came out with something actually a little while back, and he said, "Which one would you choose?" Now, put down at the bottom on my comment, which one would you choose? We've got two different types of The Walking Dead, yeah? We have got the slow ones, which is the old one of The Walking Dead. Yeah, because I've got them, but it'll be too much for me to go and find them. I'll do is, if I do find them, I'll, I'll take a picture of it instead of videoing it, and I'll put it up and show you. So you've got the old one, and it's called the Dawn of the Dead, or you've got the second one, Dawn of the Dead. But you've also got this one, which is also The Walking Dead. Now, which one would you choose? Would you choose the slow one, or would you choose the fast one? The fast one comes at you like a speeder light, and it knows how to pick up rocks and smash your windows and all sorts, and it will chase after you, and that like it was like on a treadmill, really going on a really fast run. Or you've got the really slow ones, which you can literally, practically in a way, walk quite fast past them. And that, but yeah. Anyway, I've just showed you what the house actually looks like. I've got rid of loads of stuff. Because every time my mum comes down, she used to take a car full of all my rubbish. I'm not a hoarder, and I'm also not a scruff, and I like my house to be decent and that. But unfortunately, I thought with the kids growing up, it would be easy to look after, and that. But I'm finding out they're actually more scruffier, and that. So anyway, I'm going to try and do what I can. Again, I can't do schools and I can't do nurseries, but I'll try and do what I can. I'll try and take much videos as I possibly can. I'll show you around try and show you as much of the town as I can. And I'll, unfortunately, you might be a little, if you're not used to it, you might be a little bit scared to think to yourself, why is she going for that? Well, I haven't exactly got much of a choice. I can't exactly get hold of my passport and say to the, like the government or anything like that, and say, look, I want to go to this country. I can't just emigrate just like that. To me, to move out of this country to go to another one, it isn't as easy as you think it is. It's not nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with just passports. They have to go through your entire medical. And that, so unfortunately, I know they say beggars can't be choosers, and that. I mean, I would move to Clitheroe, which is still in the UK. If I go onto the train or the bus or something like that, I mean, the train's actually cheaper than the bus. The train, I think, is about £5 something to get onto, and the bus, I think it costs about £6, just to get there, not to get back. And that's in obviously travelling and that. But I would go there, but my daughter catches the bus just outside of here. So obviously the bus, then she pays only the £1.25, and she goes to a school which is in Blackburn. So obviously, obviously with having the 3 kids, it's not as easy. I would love to be the Oh My Gosh and Melissa. Melissa's obviously, I don't know if she works, things like that, but she's an absolute great and fantastic lady, and that, and she has got, to me, if you're not as happy as she has got every woman's dream, and that she's in a perfect marriage, she's got the perfect husband to be with, she's got obviously her wonderful children, she's got the perfect home, and that she's got a perfect life, and that, and anybody who dashes that, or whatever the name you want to call it, I mean, really, there's no need to be jealous. or anything like that, you know, because you've got to work upon it and that. I guess I am a little bit jealous, but not as much as I am as in happy, because I know they've worked for it, and they've also, you know, they've obviously just they've been brought up there, born and bred there, and that. So on that thing, anyway, I'm gonna leave you to it. Let's see if he's still recording. Right, so I'm going to leave you to it, because obviously it's going to take some time for this to download, and I'll try and show you what I can. It's going to be about 12:30, and I'll leave you to it. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.